Good morning. 31 degrees and it's snowing. We've been having the geese flying around a little bit lately, and that is a single goose I keep here squawking. Can you say good morning, Brutus? Found his stick pile. The weather keeps flip-flopping, but it's supposed to be a beautiful day today. So that means we have some good weather for working on the fence. Can't wait to see how much of it we can get done. Because once we get this fence done, the barn's just gotta get picked up. We got a few tiny little things to do, like I want to put some different latches on the door. So when the doors are all the way open, it can be latched so the ends aren't flapping around. Just little things like that, but the big one is the fence. And then we can get the animals over here. It's gonna be awesome. Brutus is gonna love having company at night in the barn with him. So yeah, we are getting there bit by bit. We just need some good weather to finish up this fence. Aww, she love you. Good boy. If you've been watching our videos for a while, you know I used to have really bad anxiety. And it was recommended to me to go speak with a therapist. We live in a rural area and it's hard to find any local therapist. Luckily, I did find one because that's what got me on the journey of homesteading and healing. If it wasn't for therapy, I don't think I would be where I am today. Because when I had anxiety, it was really bad. It was hard for me to leave my house. It was really hard for me to try to find a local therapist that I knew the area of, that I would feel comfortable driving. I used to have panic attacks, and I would have panic attacks while I was driving. So while I had my anxiety really bad, I did not like driving. And that's why I'm excited to have BetterHelp sponsoring today's video. BetterHelp connects you with licensed therapists who are trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. First, you go to their site. You can use my link. It's betterhelp.com/lumnahacres. BetterHelp is gonna give you a survey so you can answer a few questions so that way they can match you up with a licensed professional that can help you with your struggles that you're dealing with at the moment. I wish BetterHelp was around when I was struggling with my anxiety. It's really hard to find a local therapist where we are in our rural area. And driving for me gave me panic attacks. I don't know why. You can't explain anxiety. I couldn't explain my anxiety. But one of the things my anxiety would cause me is panic attacks while I was driving. It might sound strange to some people, but if you're dealing with that, I know what you're going through and it's not fun. So trying to find a therapist local that you can drive to and feel comfortable with going to is not always easy. So that's why I wish there was BetterHelp when I was looking for one. You can connect with your therapist through BetterHelp via phone, video, messaging, whatever is easiest for you. BetterHelp makes it super easy to get connected with a therapist. And that would have taken so much weight off my shoulders when I was going through all of my anxiety. Let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist, all from the comfort of your own home. Go to betterhelp.com/lumnahacres or choose Lumnah Acres during sign up and you're gonna get a special discount on your first month. Thanks BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. Go to betterhelp.com/lumnahacres or click the link down in the video description down below. Now, let's get on with the video. We got to come and assess the situation. Up here, this is going to be where Gina's secret, not so secret garden is.
It's only called The Secret Garden because of the book and the movie.
What was the name of the book and the movie?
The Secret Garden. Oh. I love it.
This is Gina's childhood dream, The Secret Garden.
I don't think it's going to be exactly the same, but
oh.
It's my version.
It's her version of The Secret Garden. So we worked on getting this all cleared last year. And it has grassed in nicely. I think this would make a nice pasture.
This would make a good pasture, but this is not what this is for.
This came out really nice up here. This was actually one of the first spots we thought about putting the house originally, but it would have been a very long driveway to get up here. And we already have a long enough one. So We saved this spot for other uses, and Gina has her idea for the garden here.
One of the reasons I call it a secret garden is because it's by the house, but it's away from the house, meaning you cannot see it because it's surrounded by trees and everything. So I want to figure out how we can set this up. I have ideas, but when I say them, Al's like, well, how, like, I don't know if that's going to work. So we're just trying to come up and figure it out because we kind of have to have it protected from the wildlife as best as we can, but I don't know how far we're going to get this year with that part. So we're going to just assess it and see.
So we have the woods here, the road to come up, the house, and more woods. The thing we want to do in the future, maybe this year, not sure, is these woods. We have a lot of maple trees. We want to save the maple trees, cut out all the other trees, and turn this into silvo pasture. So we'll have plenty of more room right in this area for pasture. We do have a spring up over here. We got to figure that out and figure out a way to capture the spring so we can get water to the garden gravity fed. That's another reason why we thought about doing the garden up here, is because we can already have water up here without having to pump it. So those are some different things we got to think of. And then we got to figure out the layout for the garden and potentially a greenhouse up here.
I know you're like, well, you guys are working on your pasture down there. Why aren't you doing that? We are, but we just need to come up here, get a visual, get some thoughts going so we can think about it, because growing season, even though it's snowing right now, is coming soon. And I really would like to start at least something up here.
So I'm going to say up here is 2 to 3 acres that we have cleared, and that is growing grass, which is coming in good. I think over that way is nice and flat. The greenhouses would go really well. 1, 2 if we wanted to. This area would make a nice garden spot. And then over here, I'm not sure about blueberries, strawberries. We're gonna need a pumpkin patch and all the big growing viney stuff in an area. We're probably also gonna wanna do fruit trees. This will probably be a good area for fruit trees. So it's gonna take time to figure out all of the layout and figure out what is gonna work best. And then down over that side further, I wanna make a big pasture pig area. I don't think that'll be this year. Down by the solar panel areas, I wanna have an area for rotationally grazing pigs. But this year we're gonna start down by where the pigs were last year. We got that all cleared, and we're gonna have rotationally grazing pens made so we can just open up a gate, let the pigs go from one area to the next area, and just keep working them their way down. And the goal is to do the same thing over here. So I'm just trying to come up here, get a game plan. We also have an old skidder trail that goes down there, out quite a bit of a ways, that we'd like to turn that into another access road someday. Yeah. But it's all a process.
So yeah, all this is a process. This is kind of my baby, the whole garden. So I don't want to get overwhelmed. I want it to be joyful for me. So I think we're going to kind of start organically in different areas and then grow from there. But I also have to figure out ways that I can protect it from wildlife. So I'm just trying to figure that out. But ideally, once we figured it all out, we could fence around the whole thing at some point. But I think we start organically and do little spots, because it's going to be a big undertaking, and I kind of want it set up kind of a certain way, but I'm not sure exactly how that is. So if I start, I can still move things and add things and try out different things and see how that works, and figure it out with the wildlife too.
So the ideal thing is to fence off the whole garden area. This area is probably around 2 to 3 acres is my guess. We want to have fruit trees up here, blueberries, strawberries. Gina's garden area, she wants an herb garden. A couple of greenhouses would be nice. We want to have orchards up here. So there's lots of things we want to do. We need to figure out the right layout, and we want to run water, and we need to figure out where the water's coming from or how we're getting it here. I should say there's a natural spring over here that we want to run, and we're going to need to figure out exactly where the water needs to go. So we want to fence this in, but I don't think right away fencing this in is the smart thing to do, because fencing's expensive and pretty permanent.
Permanent is a real big issue.
So if we put a big perimeter fence in and it's 8 feet tall, and then we got to run water lines, or we need to have another access point, we're going to have to redo it. So I think for this year, we're better off setting up our garden spots, blueberry spots, and finding deterrents that'll work. And if we lose some pumpkins or some blueberries to the deer or to something like that, or a moose, we're going to have to kind of write it off and just kind of know that that's a possibility to happen this year. But in the long run, it's worth it to take the extra time to figure out where the fencing needs to be for sure. because we don't want to have to put it up and then move it around or take it down. So
yeah, once it's up, it's going to be up. So
yeah.
that's kind of how we do things. We kind of try to figure it out, and then we can make a permanent thing,
Right.
because it's not going to move. We
No.
know that, so it's just how it's going to be. Yeah.
It is exciting to be up here and to see the whole area is grassed up pretty well. So the other cool thing is if we don't use all of it this year, we can bring the cows up and let the cows eat the grass.
Because this is a secret garden and it does have a little pathway before you can see it, unless you come up here, like, I kind of forget how beautiful and nice it is, and I love it up here.
All right, now it's time to get back below and start working on the cow pasture so we can get all of the animals into the barn. So today is a warmer day. I know it doesn't look like it, it's snowing, but it's gonna be getting colder the next couple of days. So I think what we need to do is dig some little trenches so we can bury our underground electrical wire for the gates. This gate, we gotta do one right here, and then we gotta do one on this side over here. So I'm gonna go grab the TYM, put the bucket on it, and we'll just use the bucket and make little trenches. And then we got one more to do over there. So if we can get those done and the ground freezes up a little bit, that won't bother us.
I, on the other hand, have been freezing the last couple of days, so I dug out my big coat again. I said, I don't want to be cold if I'm working outside. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Look what you just did.
I know, all the frost is coming out of the ground. Muddy, muddy, muddy. All right, so what I'm hoping is I can just take the front of the bucket like this, push down and just kind of like go down and over, and then move the tractor down. So not really, I don't want to dig a huge hole with the excavator because we don't need that big of a hole. We just need a little trench. So I'm hoping the ground is soft enough I can just kind of push down, then forward, down, forward, and just make a little slit that's a little deep. Did you get it? Making a snowball?
Yeah, he is.
You're a goof. You're a goof. You gotta come a little bit closer. I want to get to like right here.
Do not hit the building. Do not hit the building.
Don't hit the building. If I do, it's your fault. Because you're
No,
supposed to be guiding
I already
me.
warned you. Helen and Brutus say, don't hit the building. Oh! You're doing something. What is that? It's frozen? a good boy?
Yes. All right, that's as close as we'll get with the tractor. We'll do the rest with the shovel. I want to clean up and get a little bit deeper down that way, right by the post.
There's a board right there, so it like took this big chunk of stuff.
yeah.
So I'm like, oh my gosh.
Right?
Where's that
must
from?
be part of, I don't know what that's left over from. If that was from the forms, or if that just got buried.
All I saw was a big bunch of dirt come up at once. I'm like, oh no.
It was probably part of the wood we used for forming at one point, and we just never picked it up and it got buried somehow.
Shows how much I know about fencing. I just thought we were gonna put some wire on some posts and it'd be done. It's a big old process. Gonna bury some lines and all the things. So.
I mean, you could do it that way, but it's not as nice when you're all done. Let's get this line ran. We had enough on that spool to go all the way across. We checked it first. And do this. All right, Bruce, you gotta watch out.
Come here.
You gotta get out of the ditch. Are
Oh,
y'all
we're getting all twisted up here. You're gonna lie down instead. Can you come over here?
It's like
Come.
I'm all twisted. I don't want to move. You gonna help me fill it in? Don't dig up the wire, but you can backfill it. I think he's gonna go back and check on his sticks.
Yeah, he likes to get his roots.
That's more important to him. That worked with the tractor just as I was hoping it would. All right, that is all backfilled. In the past, we've never done the underground wire like this. We've always had our gates hut, so when you take them off, you have to worry about zapping yourself, so it's gonna be nice to have this way, so when we unhook our gates, they're not gonna be electrified, and I am really looking forward to that. It just takes a little bit more time and thought out process in the beginning. I'm gonna try digging this one by hand first because it's pretty muddy over here. If I go from the top side, I know that's really muddy to dig down. With gravity helping me, I'll rut up there. If I keep doing this, I'm gonna rut up this. So hopefully this stretch right here is easy digging. I think this, yeah, we're just gonna do this.
Wow, look at that red clay.
see your sniffer going. What? Let's get this buried.
Come here, you're filling in the hole. Come on.
Don't fill in my hole.
Come up. Oh, that's not a good place to lay, right in that. Come here.
Cold mud. Why do you want to lay there, mister? It's very cold. Okay, you can fill them from here back. Get that back there. I'll work forward. You fill in the back.
He just wants to get roots.
Yep. You want that?
You're almost there.
I'm getting close. Alright, leave that like that for now. The other gates are coming tomorrow, so we'll be able to finish all the gates up.
Now, hopefully Brutus doesn't think that's a root.
Right. If he does, he'll find out it's not pretty quickly.
Well, not right now.
No, but later.
It won't be out like that.
I got a few posts I got to put over here, probably maybe 2, maybe 4. We'll do one in front of that tree, one over here in that tree, and if they're out further enough, we can just go from that to that, and we'll only need 2. Let's see. I brought 4 just in case. Rock! Oh. Hey. Rock.
Oh, I don't know what that noise was.
Try going here.
No?
Hit another rock. Bummer.
Good.
Got that one. So this is out far enough. We'll just go over to that tree, see where we can get it. Right here would be nice, and then we won't need another one in the middle. So. Well, that worked.
I was waiting. It was either going to work or it wasn't.
Right. I liked how that one worked. Just out here locking up the chickens, and the snow's decided to come tonight. I'm not sure what we're gonna wake up to in the morning, but right now it's pretty snowy and it's blowing good. So I'm gonna head back into the house, get warm, and we'll see you in the morning. It might be spring, but winter is back. I'm sure glad we got all the electrical lines buried yesterday, because the next few days is not going to be weather for that. Look at this. Oh, Yeah. It is a little chilly, I will say, this morning. It's 18 degrees out, high at 22 today, and it's supposed to get down to 8. So, winter doesn't want to let go yet. Brr, is it cold on the whole face. Well, the weather's definitely changed. We still have some fencing we got to work on. So we're going to get out there and see how much we can get done before we get frozen.
Yep.
We're going to go around and put some insulators on the post we added for our bracing. Get that done. There's a few posts that we forgot to put them on. We'll get that done. Brutus is loving the snow. So he seems to be having fun. That's a good thing. You making yellow snow?
Don't eat yellow snow.
I think he was making it. Don't eat the yellow snow. That's what my mama said. Alright, so let's come down lower to like here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think next time I'm out, I'll have to grab some of these insulators that are extended, because like this one right here looks like it might hit when it's coming across on this. So we either have to get a piece of rubber coating so where it touches the brace, or they make these that are extended out like a couple of inches. So I'll probably pick up a bag of those next time.
I think we had some of those.
We might, but I don't know if they're T-post ones. I think the ones we have like that are for nailing on trees.
No, I think we have some.
But that way they'll extend out a little bit and it won't hit the metal post. Let's go this way.
It'd be all right if it wasn't windy.
That's what I was just going to say. If it wasn't for the wind, it wouldn't be too bad.
Good boy. Good boy. It wasn't only a couple of days ago that I was talking about sitting out and getting some sun on this rock. I might get some sun, but probably also some windburn.
I was just going to say,
some cold cheeks.
I think you'd have a
hands.
better chance today of getting a windburn than a sunburn.
Oh my gosh. I'm not going to be sitting out on that. No way. Not today. Wow, that's a big one. You going to tear that one out?
It's a big toothpick. You got something stuck in your teeth?
So not anymore. Crazy.
Yikes. All right, I found a bag of extension insulators, so that way we can go this high. Bam. And it puts it out like 1.5 inches, so that way when we're going across, we don't got to worry about hitting our diagonal.
Do you need to do that on both sides?
We do, so I'm hoping I have enough. Cookie is jealous. You left him, Brutus. He doesn't like it when you're not around. I'm gonna be too short of the extenders. Bummer.
Well, you only have right. You only needed two more.
Two more. I got one more left. Negative. Whew.
It's time to go to a tropical island, I think.
Right? Nice. All right, I have some timeless fencing T-posts. These are all PVC. So I'm gonna secure them, come to length, secure them to the building. And this is what we'll attach our ends to our gate to. And then I'll do it on the other side. And that's how we'll attach our fence. And this will insulate it from the side of the building. So I'm gonna measure this and see what I need to cut it at, because the holes don't go all the way down. Old man Winter said, "No way, I ain't giving up that easy."
It says spring on the calendar, though.
I know, it is spring, but old man Winter says, "I don't think so." Surprise!
This is the part that I have a hard time with.
Right. It's gonna work out so nice. All the different holes you can choose from, and it'll be secured on there good. All right, let's go to the other side and we'll get the other side installed.
I don't know if I can hold this. Ah! The sun came up, but so did the wind.
Yep, I liked it better with no wind. All right, then we can just connect our wire fence to this. This is our insulator, and figure out how we want to mount our Energizer box. And we got a plug right there for that. So that is good, but it is too cold today to be playing with the metal fence. So we are not running the metal fence because I'm too much of a wimp for that. We are so close to getting this fence installed and finished and getting the cows over here. I wish this weather would just cooperate. I need to get one more package of the extender insulators so we can go around and fix them up on those diagonals, and then maybe on the ones we didn't do yet with the extenders, they might need them too, so that way we're not grounding out on those metal poles. Then we can install the wire, the ground rod, and the Energizer and get that all done. The other gates handles are getting dropped off tonight. So yeah, we are in a good place. This weather is just terrible. Hoping tomorrow we can get the fence ran. Weather will warm up for a little bit. We're gonna find out. So this is where we're gonna end this video. We're gonna go inside and warm up because we are frozen. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys.